What's up, y'all? Now, I haven't made a video in this format in quite some time. No fancy jump cuts or edits or anything like that. And I wanted to wait a little while, a few days, a week, for me to digest this and for me to actually get this off my chest to speak on it. Wait for things to die down a little bit for one, but don't look like that's going to happen. It looks like it's going to get a lot worse before it get a lot better. And y'all know exactly what I mean because y'all been seeing the back and forth on social media between all parties involved. And it's about the results of the presidential election. It's in, Trump's the winner, and he's our president. Well, he's the president of the United States for the next 4 years. Now, just to speak on this, regardless of who you voted for or what party you affiliate yourself with, we're supposed to be unified. We're supposed to be one nation under God with liberty and justice for all. But it don't really look like we're going to be doing too much unifying in the next 4 years, are we? And I'm going to just say this. Regardless of what party you subscribe to, be a good person. No matter what party you're a part of or what political affiliation you are, it doesn't give you the right to be an a-hole. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Me personally, I don't subscribe to any party. I don't affiliate myself with Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, whatever. I listen to all the candidates, listen to all parties involved, their policies, what they stand for, do my background checks, do my research on them, and then I decide which one is going to be better for me in the next 4 years. But yeah, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. In the 2016 election, I didn't vote at all. I didn't vote, period. I was like, damn, this is who I got to choose from. I got to choose between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. I'd rather not vote, period. And I think that's the reason why Trump won the first time. As a matter of fact, that's exactly why he won. Do y'all want to know why? Low voter turnout. They said the 2016 election between Trump and Hillary was probably one of the lowest vote turnouts in American history. And like I said, I can kind of see why. They say the lesser of two evils is still evil. And then, it's a lose-lose situation because it's like, I told people that I didn't vote at all. It's like, oh, well, if you didn't vote at all, then you don't have the right to complain about this country. Now, look, I get it. I understand where you're coming from. But I'm not going to dump on somebody for who they voted for, just like they shouldn't have dumped on me because I didn't vote at all. And now people are playing the blame game. They're going back and forth. It's like, oh, it's your fault so-and-so got elected. It's your fault Joe Biden got elected. It's your fault Donald Trump got elected. Last I checked, the people, there's two, the thing is also you got to do your research about this. There's two kinds of voting. There's the popular vote, the people's vote, our vote, and then there's the electoral vote. The electoral college ultimately gets the final say. Yes, we can influence their votes, but at the end of the day, they get the final say. And that's what a lot of people fail to understand. And also, one thing that's sticking out to me is a lot of people are looking at Trump's pending charges. And it's like, well, if the charges are dropped just because he's the president, he's the commander in chief, what kind of message is that sending? It's like, well, you can get away with fallacious charges. I mean, once again, don't get me wrong, nobody's innocent, but it's like you can get away with fallacious charges just as long as you hold some position of power. What kind of message is that sending to the American people? Not a good one, I'll tell you that. And I'll tell you, and then what I'm about to say might be a little bit personal for you guys, and I know I'm gonna probably catch some hell for it, but whatever, it is what it is. I got some issues that I'm conservative about, and I got some issues I'm liberal about. I'm going to give you an example. I think that abortion is red rum. I think that terminating a pregnancy is morally wrong. But at the end of the day, it is the woman's choice. It really is her body, her choice. If she wants to terminate the pregnancy because she feels like that she would be an unfit mother, not fit to raise a child at that time, or if she's having complications, medical reasons, then yes, I think it should be her choice, her right to choose to terminate the pregnancy of that child. Like I said, you could say, you don't like it for religious reasons. You think it's, taking a child's life before they even get a chance to live, whatever. At the end of the day, it's her choice. But also, this is also where finances comes in. It's a trickle effect. One thing is you have these children who are born. They're born in broken homes. They don't have a stable household. So guess what? They end up in the system, and if they end up in the system, that's tax dollars. That's more money out of everybody's pocket. So I can understand, where you guys are coming with that. And then I spoke on this last week. And also this is why DNA testing should be mandatory at birth. What if a couple has a child, or what if a woman has a child, and then later on down the line, that man finds out that that child is not his? Should he still pay child support for that? And these child support laws, because abortion, the abortion is not going to be allowed. Well, it depends on the state. Whether they choose to overturn the abortion decision is going to have a trickle effect on the child support system as well. So it's all it's a domino effect. One thing's going to affect the other one. Also, another issue is, listen, you can date whoever the hell you want. Like, I'm not against, same-sex marriage or whatever. I'm not against the LGBTQ or anything like that. But I'm going to say this anyway. I don't think that trans athletes should be able to compete in women's sports. I think that if you were born male and you transition to a woman, competing in a woman's sports is not fair. You should not be able to do that. I mean, like I said, because it's just not fair. It's ridiculous. Like I said, everybody's all about equality and fairness, but come on. Do you really believe that a man who transitioned to a woman belongs to the WNBA or in the Olympics? No, there's got to be some kind of cutoff point anyway. And also, I think that if a child is under 16 and they decide and they don't know their sexual identity yet, it should not be forced on them. Now we're starting to see 10, 11, 12-year-old children saying that they are transgender, or they say that they don't feel comfortable in their own body, or they feel like that they are not they weren't born in their right gender. And also, speaking of that, birth control. Where do we draw the line on birth control? Like, how early do we start giving children the talk? How early do we start handing out condoms and speaking on birth control? 9, 10 years old? Because now you're starting to see, teenage girls, you're starting to see girls get pregnant at 11, 12, and 13. So it's like, where do we draw the line? And another issue, and this is a real hot button one, because they're saying that Trump allegedly is going to give police zero accountability if police brutality happens. If anyone loses their life due to police brutality, the police will not face any consequences, which to me is ridiculous. Now, I'm a black man in America, so I am well aware of everything that's going on. I'm well aware of the prejudices. I'm well aware that the system can be a little bit muddy. But because of the results of this election, it's making people more divided than ever amongst race, among social class, among gender, among, whatever the hell you could think of. It's just, pulling us further and further apart. Especially seeing people go on these long-ass rants and tangents on social media. All because Kamala didn't win. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, if you're black and you voted for Kamala, don't march for anybody who loses their life to police brutality. If you're a female who voted for Trump, don't get mad when your reproductive rights get taken away. If you're Asian or if you're Hispanic, don't get mad when one of your relatives gets deported because they're illegal. Y'all see exactly what I'm saying? All this division among our people, and especially with knowing what we know now and knowing what's coming, this is when we need to stick together the most. But everybody wants to fight, and everybody wants to say what they're not going to do, what they're not going to stand for, what they're not going to, the thing is, we're pushing ourselves further and further apart when really we need to unify. But that's all I got to say about that. I really, really could go on, but I think I done took enough of y'all's time. But y'all leave y'all comments and y'all let me know what y'all think.